So I'm scared being here, but not enough to not wear my earplugs. Hey, can one of you tell me something if you watch this video? I could also ask Joe. He's real good with computers. How come there's no computer modem, right? The power strip's off, and that's where everything was plugged in, and yet there's still a green light glowing in the back of the computer. How is that possible? I thought turning the power strip off means that there's nothing, and there's a green light. Where's the power for the green light coming from? Anyone want to tell me? Anyone who's not my enemy, because my enemies, I'm not going to post the answer. But I'm not trying to be stupid here, but I intentionally shut the power strip off when I sleep in my room, okay? If I'm not sleeping in my room, I'm on the couch, but if there's no power, unless I shut the power strip off but I don't unplug it, and maybe there's a tiny, tiny bit of power that makes that tiny little green light glow in the back of the computer where no other lights glow, I don't know. I'm assuming if I unplug the computer there can't possibly be any light, so that's going to be it. The power strip's still plugged in, it's just not turned on, but maybe it has a tiny bit of power and that makes that tiny little green light in the computer light up. Whereas if I didn't shut the computer off, of course, there'd be lots of it lit up. Even though the monitor would go to sleep, go into, sleep mode or whatever. Yeah, I'm like, what? See, my computer's turned back because I had to unplug the modem. And so I can see that green light. I'm like, but the computer power strip's off. How come there's any light at all? There should be none. I don't know. See, Auntie accuses me of being a pig, and that's not fair, because the rest of the place was spotless, and the reason my room's the way it is, I mean, you could justifiably call me a pig if there's dishes everywhere and food all over the floor, over the counters, and there's blah, 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 and all kinds of... That's not true. It's all clean out here. But she pointed out the so-called dog shit on the kitchen floor, which she probably saw last Thursday, too, and is thinking horrible things about me that I don't clean it up. Oh my God, Auntie, Jesus fucking Christ, it's not dog shit. Yes, it is dog shit. Why? Because you're God and all-knowing, and it can't possibly be another explanation. If it looks like dog shit, it must be dog shit. It's not. It's where I fucked up and caused a fire, but in my defense, it's happened to everyone, and I only did it that one time in all these years, because Kirstie Alley was on that Meredith Vieira show, and I put coconut oil in the pan, and it was the middle of the night, and I ran out to watch Kirstie Alley, and I forgot about that I had the pan on. I mean, it's an innocent mistake. We've all done it, including my mother. But I made sure it will never happen again. I remember my mom went to bed with chicken in the oven, and it cooked for 5 hours, but it didn't cause any fire. I had gone to bed, and I woke up, and lo and behold. But the pan was on fire on the stove, and I don't know, I guess I feel like I panicked. I feel like the pan's up high, and something else can catch on fire if it's up high, but if I put it in the middle of the floor, there's nothing around it. That's my logic, so I grabbed it and it was on fire. And then I poured water on it on the floor. That was my logic at the time when I'm in a panic, to get it away from the stove. You know what I mean? Let's get it away from the stove, and then I wasn't going to put it on the counter. I threw it to the floor because that's like far away, I figure. And nothing else can catch on fire because there's nothing around it flammable, and then I can pour water on it on the floor. Of course, it burnt the floor, and sorry about that, but you know. So there's your explanation, Auntie. Not fair to insist that it's dog shit when I know that it's not. But that shows how low she thinks of me. Especially if she saw the same and thinks that it's hardened on there and I've just left it there, and it was there last Thursday, it's there now. It does look like dog shit, but that shows that appearances can be deceiving. And she didn't believe me. I'm like, that's not dog shit. Yeah, it is. It is dog shit. You're disgusting. Your dog shits and pisses around here. It smells awful. I had to open up all the windows. And your room is a disgusting, a pig pen. Well, first of all, what's my room any of your business, Auntie? Second of all, like I said, I've been packing. You're not packing. You'll never leave here. Yeah, watch me. I'd leave here now if I had the money, Auntie. I don't have the money. I have to save up money and do what's best for my dog, so. But remember, my room's none of her business. I haven't been sleeping in there. I have everything piled in there, and she could say I'm being paranoid, but strangers are coming here, and originally she was not going to come here. My original text was, my son and his friends will be there at 11, and she wound up coming here, okay? But she originally was not gonna, and that's why, you know, I decided I wasn't going to leave Omar, because strangers are coming here again. And, I also piled up everything in my room. And I made it like a booby trap, kind of, so no one would want to go in there, Auntie or anyone else. So you could call that paranoid. I don't care. I think I'm justified to be paranoid under these circumstances where Auntie is God, and Auntie could come in here whenever she wants. She says she won't, but that doesn't mean she can't. You know, I'm afraid. And I'm afraid for a lot of reasons that have nothing to do with Auntie. I'm just afraid in general being here. I just don't like it. But anyway, Auntie's, that's typical Auntie though. The place was spotless, but to her, just because it smells from Omar going in the bathroom over the years. Oh, by the way, you know Omar's ruined that bathroom door and whatever. Auntie would think about that too. Her dog ruined this. So what? My mom adores Omar, Auntie. Love overpowers. You think my mom has money? She doesn't give a shit. It could be fixed. But Auntie can't comprehend that my mom absolutely adores Omar. So what if he ruined the bathroom? You know, it can be fixed. It's just money. You know? Grandma loves the Omar. Thankfully so. I wouldn't have him right now. Because Auntie wouldn't have, you know. Auntie didn't want my mom to have Omar. If my mom didn't love Omar, we'd have no Omar right now. Alright, I'm sleepy. Bye-bye. Good night. But the house was clean. And my mom's room was spotless too. No, it wasn't. How is it not spotless? Because there are magazines piled up all neatly that my mom loved to look at and rip out nice pictures or just look at them or whatnot, Auntie. The place, it was spotless. It wasn't spotless in her closet. But lots of people have no spotless closet. You know. But no, Auntie's just always going to be, you know, combative with me. Anything I say is not the truth. It's dog shit because she says it is, even though I know that it's not. It must be because I'm such a pig. My room's a mess. Yeah, because I was afraid, and I piled everything in there to make a booby trap to make sure no one would go in there out of curiosity or whatnot. Or you wouldn't go in to try to find the modem or something. There's no guarantee you wouldn't do that. She said she would have some... I'll fall asleep. Good night, bye.